The leader of China, Xi Jinping, is set to be given a historic third term in power this weekend, and the effort to boost his image and popularity is in full swing across the country.
Global attention has been drawn to Chinese President Xi Jinping's expressed concerns on the probable demise of the Communist Party of China, or the CCP. In the past few years, roughly 415 million people all over the world have resigned their allegiance to the CCP, including all of its different regiments, teams, and allied organizations. Well, what happened? Let's dive deeper. China's political environment has changed significantly as a result of the widespread disaffiliation from the CCP. With over 90 million members, the CCP is the largest political party in the world and has had a firm hold on the nation's governance for many years. However, a rising number of people are cutting their ties to the party, both within China and abroad. The causes of this trend are varied. Many people express their displeasure with the CCP's policies and activities, including worries about violation of human rights, censorship, and how it has handled important situations like the protests in Hong Kong and the COVID-19 pandemic. More people are now able to express their complaints and leave the party thanks to social media and increased global awareness. President Xi Jinping's concerns about the CCP's possible demise derive from the notion that such a large loss in membership could damage the party's authority and influence, thus posing a threat to its ability to maintain power. Despite the fact that these figures are exceptional, it's vital to remember that not all 415 million people were actually party members. Some people who have previously joined the party for private or professional reasons have chosen to sever their ties. Uncertain are the effects of this enormous exodus from the CCP. It could either lead to increased attempts to keep control or force the party to pay more attention to the issues raised by its citizens. The situation will be closely watched by the international community since CCP reforms might have a significant impact on both China and the rest of the globe. Significant resignations have been announced since July 1st of the year 2023, according to ANI, citing Greek City Times. The widespread resignations have drawn interest on a global scale. The Chinese Communist Party leadership has been taken off guard by these developments. President Xi Jinping of China made an important speech at the most recent SCO, or Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. He made it clear that he strongly opposed any nation's engagement in what he called color revolutions and interference in internal matters, despite the motivation. The recent wave of mass resignations is a symptom of growing displeasure with the CCP and its policies. These resignations are a form of protest against the party's choices and activities, despite the precise reasons for them may differ. Such incidents indicate the CCP's effort to preserve power and control in addition to internal discontent. The CCP is committed to preserving its independence and preventing outside forces from interfering in its internal affairs, as evidenced by Xi Jinping's remarks during the SCO summit. The term color revolutions is frequently applied to political uprisings or groups that oppose the status quo, and the CCP is committed to stop any such movements from gaining traction inside of China. These changes are significant because they show that both internal and external pressure are being applied to the CCP. Concerns over China's internal policies and their influence on international relations may be seen in the response of the international community to the mass resignations and Xi Jinping's statement. In the foreseeable future, China's domestic and foreign policy will be heavily influenced by the CCP's capacity to handle and address these difficulties. Recent remarks made by Chinese President Xi Jinping during the SCO summit have drawn a lot of attention and alarm. During the summit, Xi underlined the necessity for member states to continue exercising caution over external forces that might lead to a new Cold War and produce antagonist groups. He has repeatedly issued warnings about the impending demise of the Chinese Communist Party, and his worries have drawn attention both inside and outside of China. His attention to external factors suggests a rising concern about outside influences that could jeopardize China's political stability and economic growth. In Chinese political rhetoric, external forces frequently refers to foreign countries, particularly the United States and its allies, which are frequently viewed with distrust. His comments imply that he sees these outside entities as a real threat to China's interests, necessitating the need for caution. The geopolitical tensions and rivalries between the major world powers are at the heart of the notion of a new Cold War. China is concerned that it would become the center of such a battle, especially in light of its growing prominence on the international scene. as seen by Xi's mention of this idea during the SCO summit. China's development would be hampered by a potential new Cold War, which would also have significant negative effects on world relations. It is implied by the phrase of combative camps that various blocs or coalitions have been formed that are in conflict with one another. According to Xi, he wants to prevent a situation like the one that existed during the Cold War between the US and the Soviet Union. Xi Jinping's frequent cautions over the CCP's probable demise are likely the most important part of his recent remarks. The vital relevance of the CCP's continuous existence for the stability and sustainability of China's political system is highlighted by this worry. Power has been consolidated during Xi's administration, and the party's role in overseeing China's government has been highlighted. A recent article from Seeking Truth, the publication of the Chinese Communist Party, was based on a speech made by Xi to a class of young cadres undergoing training in 2022. Xi Jinping clearly addressed his concerns about a possible CCP collapse in this speech. This represents a change from the typical propaganda that gives out steadfast faith in the power of the party. There could be a number of causes for Xi's worries. One is the CCP's expanding list of domestic and foreign challenges. Domestically, the party struggles with problems like popular unrest, economic inequality, and corruption. Tensions have arisen with other countries, particularly the United States, as a result of China's strong foreign policy internationally. Furthermore, Xi Jinping might be hinting that the CCP needs to change with the times and take these difficulties head-on. Under his leadership, tight governance, party discipline, and ideological control have all received fresh attention. While these actions are intended to keep the party together, they may also show that the party is aware of its weaknesses. Xi Jinping has emphasized the significance of upholding Marxist and communist ideals while keeping an eye on China's own peculiarities. He has been warned that departing from these ideals could result in a scenario akin to the Soviet Union's dissolution. There are various reasons why the Chinese Communist Party is concerned that they might suffer a similar fate. Both inside and beyond of its borders, China is coping with issues. The CCP is under pressure as a result of these problems. There are issues with the economy and society at home. The policies of the CCP are unpopular with many people in China and other nations. They have criticized the actions taken by the government. The CCP has increased its use of authoritarian tactics in an effort to maintain its dominance. This indicates that they are stepping up their strictness and control. They have been targeting prominent Chinese businessmen, limiting people's freedoms, stifling internet criticism, and strengthening President Xi Jinping's position. To maintain a firm hold on the nation, they are acting in this way. However, despite these initiatives, there are indications that people are not content. Many people have quit the CCP in protest of how the government is stifling freedom of speech and personal freedoms. The CCP leaders are quite concerned about this, and President Xi Jinping has openly acknowledged that the party might collapse if this keeps happening. Because of the party's philosophy, Xi is asking people to remain devoted to it. He's essentially arguing that in order to prevent issues, individuals should support the CCP and its principles. In order to keep everyone on the same page, the party is concerned about guests departing. Everyone in China is being told by President Xi Jinping to adhere to Marxist and communist principles, but in a way that benefits China. He is admonishing them, saying that if they don't do this, the CCP might experience what the Soviet Union did. The Chinese Communist Party is worried because there are issues in China and many people are not satisfied with the way they are handling things. Even as they tighten their control in an effort to maintain their dominance, some guests are leaving the party to voice their opposition to the limits placed by the government. The CCP leaders are concerned about this and want everyone to continue supporting the party's ideologies. Maybe, since he's exposing things, it might mean that he's going to step down. So the question is, will he? Comment your thoughts below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching our content, then do like, share, and subscribe to our channel.